Good morning, YouTubers. T Square with T Square Talks. Hope everybody's having a great day. Today, I got a really short video for everybody. I think it's going to be a good video only because I kind of want to talk a little bit about a story that I had recently heard today. I always like to meet up with people and periodically just see what's going on, help them out maybe with their stacking goals. These are friends of mine, these are people that I know. Some of them are business owners, some of them are people that I think will be good to know down the road if things did kind of get chaotic and get hectic. You want to have a good core group of people that you can trust, lean on, work with, trade, and kind of just fulfill your needs and help them fulfill their needs. So I'm going to talk a little bit about a meetup that I had actually done today. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button for me. Help me out. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you want to do the ultimate thing, I really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. And to all the members, thank you so much. I can't thank you guys enough. And those of you guys that just have a question, go ahead and leave it in because it's getting harder and harder to come up with video content ideas, especially over the weekends when stuff really is not really happening. There's not much going on right now. The price of silver, sitting right around that that $32 to $33 range. Gold, having a hard time breaking that $3,000 level, but I think we're going to see it pretty soon. I wouldn't even be surprised to see it before the month comes to an end. We've got gold trading at $2,935. So what was the story that I had heard today? So I met up with a friend of mine, and he had called me up, and he's like, hey, do you got any deals that you can kind of pass off? He goes, he's not buying a ton of silver. He's just, trying to pick up a few ounces a week, maybe even at least 1 ounce a week. And he hadn't gotten anything in a few weeks because now he says it's getting harder and harder to find stuff out there, even if he's just looking for like a small item, like 1 ounce, without a crazy premium. And so I said, yeah, I can meet up with you. And I gave him a couple ideas of things that I had picked up. I showed them to him, and he goes, oh, can I get that for that? I said, absolutely, whatever. Like I said, I'm always trying to help people out. And he had told me, he goes, hey, you remember that Trump round that I had gotten from you? He told me he's seen that one just like it at another place and asked the guy how much he wanted. $50 for a generic Trump round. This guy ended up probably telling him, YouTubers are saying it's going to go to the moon. And I've been asked this before too, if silver is going to go where you think it's going to go, what's the harm in paying $50? It's obviously worth $50. And to a certain point, maybe I can see that argument, but there's a couple things I want to make sure that people are aware of. If you overpay today, you're giving up your profits of tomorrow to somebody else today. And what I mean by that is, yeah, okay, let's say I know 100% that silver's going to go to $50, and you got an opportunity to buy an ounce for $50 today. Once silver gets there, you're just even. You just broke even. Now, I hear a lot of times people tell me, oh, I don't care because I'm not planning on selling it. Now, yeah, I understand that concept. Me, I treat silver as money. And it truly is money to me. If I need some money, I have no trouble passing off something that I bought to somebody else. And I'm convinced that I will have no trouble getting that price for it. And if I have extra cash, well, then I'm always quick to buy something else if it's extra cash. I try to keep a fine line, a certain amount of cash on hand, just in case, because you never know what kind of deals are going to come up, especially as you start trading with more and more people. Obviously, there is a certain amount of risk with that. People start maybe knowing you. They might end up following you to your storage unit one day. I'm very cautious when I go to my unit, only because I don't want to be followed. And I make it a point that I'm not going to be. But I think it's important that people understand, too, that even if you pay a lot for an ounce of silver today, you're wasting that profit. You're already wasting it. And more small coin shops, resale shops, pawn shops, they're getting less silver up. I hear people on YouTube saying, oh, nobody's buying silver, that the buying has slowed down. coin shops are sitting on large amounts of it. And I've heard this theory, and I've even gone into places and they try to tell me, yeah, we're not really buying much because it's just nobody's buying it right now. It's slow. No one's selling it. And I'm like, okay, so you're not really selling much right now, but yet your ounces are $45, $50 an ounce. What does that tell you? That tells me, one, your prices are a little too high. And then when you ask them what they're buying it for, they want to throw out that, yeah, look how many I have in the case. It's not selling right now. Sales are down. Yeah, because you're literally charging an arm and a leg. You're not charging. I mean, there is spot price, which right now, as you can see on the screen, is $32.58. However, there's a premium associated with that. You're never gonna. I won't say never, but it's pretty rare you're gonna find something at spot price, obviously. But on the flip side, there's high premiums, and then there's fair premiums. A fair premium right now, maybe $4, $5 at most, depending on what it is. And I understand if someone is selling a coin, they can compete a little bit with the big bullion dealers because maybe they don't have to pay shipping. They don't have any work. They don't have to deal with anything. They can just put it in someone's hand and take the cash, and boom, it's that easy. But when some of these places want to charge an arm and a leg, I think that really does hurt the market, and it hurts sales, and it hurts even the individual that's buying it. Yes, they're better off holding that than cash, but at what premium is a fair premium? Now, this person went on to go to a jewelry store, and I kind of felt bad because I kind of got excited. As soon as he said that, I kind of cut him off because I had something happen to me a while back where I had helped someone acquire a bunch of ounces, and the price dipped, and the guy felt cheated. And he talked to someone that worked at a jewelry store, and the jewelry store said, at the end of the day, it's just silver. It's only worth right now, $32.58. The truth of the matter is, you're not going to find physical silver for $32.58 or whatever the spot price is. If the spot price is $30, you're not going to find silver for $30. If the spot price is $35, you're probably not going to find silver for $35, with a few exceptions. I mean, if the price was to rocket up to $50, $100 tonight, well then, yeah, there might be some people that are willing to sell it for $50 and $100 because the shock is there, that big jump. And a lot of people expect the pullback. When you see a big jump and it's not slow and steady, it's just all at once, a lot of people get skittish and they do want to take profits. And I think that's probably one of the worst things you can do. I mean, if you've got extra silver on hand, well then, hey, you want to take profits. I can understand that. I mean, I've got stuff that I would sell if the price really skyrocketed. But I'm not going to give up my core position. Because the truth of the matter, like we say in most videos, when I show you the charts over the last 30 days, the last 60 days, we're seeing an upward trend. The price is continuing to climb higher and higher. And as it goes, this person at the jeweler store, he pulls out, he goes, yeah, I got a couple of these old Morgan dollars. And, I mean, they were cool Morgan dollars. They were nothing special. They were beat up. They were older. But you take a 1921 Morgan, it's an old coin, a 100-year-old coin, but it's probably one of the most common date coins. It really is nothing special. Now, the guy all of a sudden tells him, yeah, but I got to get like $125 a piece for him. And I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, I wasn't going to buy that. I thought that was too high. But what I found interesting is that more and more people are wanting more and more money for their silver in order to let it go. Now, that works two ways. One, it can work in your favor. If you talk to a lot of people and all these people that they talk to are wanting an arm and a leg, it gives you an edge. If you're willing to part with a little of your silver, trade it. I mean, some of you guys out there that are listening to this channel, you have connections. You're just like me. You know people that do a lot of wheeling and dealing with silver. I mean, I've talked to some subscribers that actually flip coins on a fairly regular basis. They'll find something, maybe they'll get a good deal on it, and boom, they'll turn around and flip it. And then I talked to some subscribers that say, I would never sell my silver at all for any amount of money. And I think people need to be careful when they get that attitude because nothing is, I guess, 100% certain. It's not 100% certain that silver, I'll be honest, some people won't like to hear this next comment. It's not 100% certain that silver will not have a major pullback. Yes, I said that. It's highly unlikely right now. I think it's highly unlikely because the way things are going, the way more and more people are learning about it, more and more people are looking at the economy. Look what happened Thursday and Friday with the stock market taking huge hits 2 days in a row. A lot of uncertainty, a lot of people realizing maybe this administration is tackling so many things just to see what sticks. Because at the end of the day, the economy is rough. And eventually it's going to get to a point where people are going to tighten up on their spending. People are going to realize that, you know what, I just keep going in the hole. And if they decide to raise interest rates, which some people just can't fathom that they could do that, I think it would lead to a lot of problems if they did try to raise interest rates. But here's why I don't think they'll get away with it for too long. Because one, here we were lowering interest rates under the previous administration. And I can tell you, if we start hiking interest rates now under this administration, there's going to be a lot of negative things said. And, you know, the banks, they don't want a war on their hands right now. I mean, there's bad enough there's trouble looming with the whole audit of the Fed, and the Fed, all these different things that's going on. Now, do I think some of this is not going to stick? Oh, absolutely. I mean, I won't even believe, even if they do an audit, I'm not going to believe the audit. I mean, because realistically, like I've said in previous videos, they're not going to come out and say the gold's not there, even if it's not there. And so once you realize that, you understand that it's all just a show. And you know, I had some subscribers in the past when I got a little political. I had one subscriber reach out to me and he's like, you know, it's all one show. The left wing, the right wing, it's all the same bird. And it's just a show. And now I realize, as I'm a little older, I realize it is a show. It's a show to put confidence in the system. You know, I've used the analogy on how the Amish move houses. Some of y'all may have seen that before, but it's incredible. When they want to move a house or a barn, they end up going around it. They put pegs all around it, the whole way around it. And literally, they will all get like 100, 200 people to all get beside the barn, both inside and outside, and they will literally just lift it up all at once. 3, 2, 1, and 200 people will lift it and start walking. And it's pretty crazy, but once you realize that the barn is the US dollar, and the people lifting the barn, the 200 Amish people, would be the equivalent to society. Society is starting to realize, I don't know if I want to hold them dollars. If all of a sudden Amish people started stepping away from the barn, hey, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. Okay. Hey, I'm going to go get a drink of water real quick. Hey, I got a cramp. I got to let go. Whatever the reason, the more people let that go, eventually what's going to happen? The barn is going to fall. It takes a certain amount of people to lift it, and every time someone steps away, it might not seem like much, but it adds a few extra pounds on the remaining people. And it's the same way with the dollar. It adds more stress on the people that are in the system, holding the dollar up, propping it up, betting on it, using it. And the people that stepped away, what happens? Well, they're people of the world that are maybe stacking, people of the world that are investing in, I'll say, Bitcoin, people of the world that are investing in the stock market, gold, silver, other currencies. But the truth of the matter is, all currencies are falling. We just don't see it because the system that we measure the currencies by as a whole is only comparing currencies against other currencies. They're all fiat currencies. They're all being printed. So they're all coming down equally. Well, they're all coming down. Some are just not coming down quite as fast as others. But right now, the big shift is the move away from the dollar. That the US dollar has been weaponized now. It's been used as a weapon. We can tariff countries. We can threaten countries. And eventually what that's going to lead to is a higher and higher silver price. As I glance over, I'm watching it tick up a little bit more. I mean, here's the thing though. This little tick up that we're seeing right now, this, which is pretty good volume, candlesticks right there where it's jumping. But at the end of the day, we need it to, we're gonna see it go up a whole lot higher. It's just a matter of time. Now, nothing I say on here is financial advice. It's just my opinion. But once people start to understand what's really going on, they start looking around for themselves. Don't just listen to, I'll be honest, don't just listen to YouTubers, including myself. Look and see what's going on. If you have a coin shop near you, go to the coin shop, talk to them a little bit, look around. If you have a jeweler shop, go in there and look around and ask them. Say, hey, I got a question. Do you have any silver coins? Go to the jewelry shops. This is something more recently that I found out about, and it can be a very good tool. But it can also teach you something about, they want to tell you that it's just scrap if you're selling, but if you're buying, they want to charge you an arm and a leg. And that's why I've used that switcher up. Some people found it offensive when I said it, that I would go into a coin store pretending like I might want to sell something, get all the negative on it, and then all of a sudden shift over to buy and use their same words against them. Whereas, okay, now I pull out a wad of cash and I'm like, well, what's the best you can do that? Especially since people aren't really buying right now. You're sitting on a large inventory. You see what I'm saying? You use that to your advantage. And I think it's important that people take multiple viewpoints, not just one. But listen to what people say. Listen to the type of person they are. Look at what they have to gain by telling you this information. And see if they don't try to two tongues. What was it? Someone told me the other day, I found it funny, that the Indians used to have a name for Americans. It was two tongues. And I was like, two tongues? What does that mean? I mean, I made a couple, I don't want to say crude jokes when I heard that, but two tongues. It basically means they tell you one thing to your face, and then they turn around and do something else. And I think people just need to watch what's going on. But at the end of the day, I think silver and gold is going to go a whole lot higher. And like I said, I'm going to keep stacking. I'm going to keep looking for opportunities. I think when we do see something big happen, that's it. We're going to go up another couple of bucks easy. And $32 will be a thing of the past. So with that being said, I'm going to end the video here. I thank everybody for watching. I hope you hit that thumbs up button for me. I hope you enjoyed the conversation today. I know it's not a typical, it's more of just storytelling, I guess, telling people what's going on out there. If you have ideas for a video that you'd like to hear about, or you have questions about something, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I have been super busy, but I'm trying to come up with ideas for content, so it's getting harder right now, especially where there's not a lot going on right this minute. So with that being said, thank you all for watching. I will see you guys again on T-Square Talk, and I hope you all have a great week, because here it is, Monday morning now. So take care, everybody. Have a great one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.